Hi everyone, my name is Olubukola Ajibola. I'm a mom, wife, mentor, boy child advocate. I feel like I'm so many things wrapped into one because sometimes I kind of question myself like, how many things I ask myself, what can I not do? So let's start with what I think I can do. I can cook, I can make hair, I can cut hair, that's barbing, I barb my son's hair. I can sew, I can bake. What do? I paint the house, wallpapers. I sell. I write. I don't know what else. I can drum. I'll just speak for myself and the kind of background I have, and maybe the country I come from. There are there are some occupations that looks like they're restricted to a particular gender, that's the male gender. So it's really hard. It's just now that more people are coming out to say, okay, we can actually do this. So it's actually really hard back in my country for a woman to just stand up and say, I want to go into tech because it's not something really obtainable there. It was when I actually relocated to the UK, and I'm in my head, I'm like, for years I was looking for work at some point. Even though I was married, I went to learn sewing and everything because I have tasted poverty before, and I'm like, I don't ever want to be poor in my life. I mean, not rich, but I don't want to not have money. So I was always up and doing, and never has it crossed my mind to take any exams, to take any training. And do you know there were so many free trainings, even in Africa, so many countries, they're doing free training, they're throwing free trainings to Africa, underdeveloped countries, paid trainings, looking for women to onboard. But this information are not circulating. That's why you see so many people running back to Africa now that have been here, spent years here. They're running back to enlighten people. Guys, you guys come on board, come on board. So I think first is a function of where you're coming from, but now that you are in the UK, I mean, you can explore. You see so many people changing careers, switching careers to suit their family, to suit their lifestyle, because the restrictions are no longer there. There's no the factor that, oh, who will employ me, who will hire me if I go for this job. Because there are some jobs that are kind of gender specific back in my country. So I think the opportunities are there. It is only when you haven't started that you'd maybe be bothered about, oh, how do I go about it. But once you've started, that's why you see a lot of women in tech. They're flying so high because they can see the boundless opportunities, and they can see that it's not about their gender at all. It's about what they can do, and how they can do those things, and how they can fit in into the what's it called, occupation. I mean, most people, you hear a lot of women talking about, I don't want to code. You don't have to code. Even some men, they don't even code. So it depends on where your interest lies, and the ability for you to have like a growth mindset that, okay, I can do this thing. I think I can do it. And then you go for it. Um, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't reckon with that at all, to be honest. I would say maybe when I first came, I would have probably nodded and say yes at that question. But now, with what I know and what I'm exposed to, I think you being different is to your advantage. Like you're the only person. If if you've spoken to a lot of people, they will tell you, "Oh, I'm the only black on my team," or "I'm the only black," because obviously you're a migrant. There's no how you would overflowed a country and then you'll be more than the people who actually live in that country, or maybe get to the top or something. So it's actually a unique thing, if you ask me, to be honest, for you to be, for your skin color and everything. So I think more black women, we need to be taking advantage of that uniqueness. Very proud of it. Walk with your head up high and your shoulder high. Say, I think I'm different here. I stand out, and then you actually stand out in all that you're doing. So whether you're writing, you're singing, you're whatever you're doing, you can stand out and everyone will appreciate you for that. That oh, this person, because they're kind of looking at you that you it takes so much courage. You're not thinking about your background. And one thing about this people don't know is that even people that are not of your color, they are also like looking at an opportunity to maybe work with you or bond with you, or they just want to be around you. I remember when I was planning for this book launch, I actually invited just one person. I wanted to invite just one person because I was like, okay, let me invite the counselor for my ward. And then when the news got to the council, because they always have like a meeting, I received like emails. Oh, somebody heard about it and they were like, can they be part? Everyone, there's no one of them that said no about it. They actually want to be part of it. So is to them it's kind of unique, and you're is even now the UK and all around the world they're talking about diversity and inclusion. And I mean, you being here, being on your team, whatever you're doing, you're already bringing that diversity to that team or to whatever you're doing. So they will gladly embrace it. I like the part where you says settle for less, because that's what I see more. I see people coming in and they're like, well, if I can feed, I can clothe, I mean, I can wear fine beret to church, I'm okay. I don't want stress. Let's just be, because they are thinking about where they are coming from. When you get to a new place, stop thinking about where you're coming from. Think about where you can be. Look at the possibilities available for you and tap into it. Don't say, oh, where in Nigeria, I just eat 2 square meal. Here I'm eating 3 square meal. I can afford a lot of meat, different kind of meat, fish, and everything. I think that's okay. I just want to live my life. God has made you for more. And I'm sorry that I'm going like faith. I'm going to wear my faith cap now to say about us say that, because I'm a Christian, so there's no way I will not talk about Jesus in all of this. So you see, you need to think about, I mean, not stop thinking about what you've been through, or what you think. I mean, start comparing your past to your present. You should aim for a future, not say, oh, before I couldn't afford rice, we couldn't have, but now we can eat varieties. And there's more to life than food. There's more to life than just shelter. There's so many people doing great things. Even people that are not Christians, they're just, I mean, random people. They're thinking of how they can impact their world, how they can change their world, how they can make their things easier. They're just thinking of positive things. They're doing so many things. So don't be that one that is just sitting there in the crowd clapping. Think. And oftentimes, what I've realized is that God has even placed these things, these resources on our hands. He has given us this gift, this talent, and everything. So we just need to activate them and then begin to walk into them. So if you're just newly migrated or you're already in the UK, don't join all these people that says, "Oh, because I'm black," because there's like a group of that. How do I put it now? That influence. Everywhere you go, they're always trying to tell you, oh, you can't achieve more, you can't do more. They will even tell you, oh, don't apply for some jobs, they won't pick you because you're not this color, you're not that color. Don't join that influence. I mean, the other day I was just on Facebook. Someone was talking about their mortgage, was celebrating their mortgage, and the comment section was full of ignorance, reeking of ignorance. I had to screenshot some and I was sharing with my friends. Let me tell you, for example, what I was seeing in the chat. These are people living in the UK. They went under that house. That's the person that bought a new home, and they went under the chat and they were saying, "Oh, you better tell us how else you achieve this. How can you say you've bought a house in 2 years that you've gone to the UK? Are you stealing or something?" Another person went, "Oh, thank God you have a house. Can you? You should please always add into the under always put a disclaimer that it was bought on mortgage. That means you pay debt all the rest of your life." So, and I'm like, this is ignorance. So if you don't own a home, are you not still going to pay rent? You're still going to pay rent. And now you have the option that now the rent, whatever rent you're paying towards your mortgage. That home belongs to you. So why would someone just say, oh, you're paying debt, you are indebted, you are this, you are that. It's a credit system. So some people still don't even understand some of these things. So don't be that woman that is so ignorant and you're not aware of things around you. Because if you don't know these things, how do you want to even kind of encourage your husband to do them? If he brings the idea up, he'll be like, no, no, let's not do it. They said it, all those things. So free your mind, be ready for growth. And there's so many opportunities for you, so many opportunities, so many. I told someone, I know that it's kind of shocking to say, but if you want to serve God better, this is where you can serve God better. People, people are always talking about time, and this one because you can time yourself. You can everything. You are not stuck in traffic anyway. You want to wash, you want to sweep the church. You can go take the, even to serve God more, to do anything you want to do, all the things you've been wanting to do in your life. This is where you can do it. This is not where you come and you say, um I think here we just have to be doing. No, there's the opportunities are there. Tap into them, start doing them, and just rise up to who God has made you to be, not who you think you should be. So I think that's what I would say.